I want to show you something. You see this image right here? This is my vision board. And from a distance, you can see it's got a few pictures of me, things that I aspire to. That top image is an image of me teaching, which I love to do. There in the black jacket, I'm in a studio recording content. Me in one of my general goods shirts in a garden where I'm growing food. Picture of me working on a song in the studio, more on that to come. And then at the bottom here, just me aspiring to be the man that I think God created me to be. But there's more going on here than you can tell. I'll show you this on the screen here. But this is what I call a vision board on steroids. If you look, you can see that there are other smaller pictures that make up this big picture. It's called a photo mosaic. And I call it a vision board on steroids because it really captures the power of your vision. Now, this is what a calling looks like. Not a feeling, not a concept, an image built from one person's real life, real photos, real vision. 100 images creating one photo mosaic. And 21 days from now, I want you to have one of your own. But first, let me ask you something. You know that feeling like when you're in prayer or in a quiet moment and you sense that God has something bigger for your life? Something bigger than where you are right now. It's a purpose, a calling, something you were built for. I mean, you can feel it. But if I asked you to show it to me, like to describe it specifically, to point to it, to say, this is exactly what it looks like, could you? I mean, really, could you? Most people I ask can, and I couldn't either for a long time. I had words for it. I had scriptures I held on to. I had a general direction, but I didn't have a picture. And I've come to believe, after years of thinking about this and studying it, that you cannot fully pursue what you cannot fully see. Let me say that again. You cannot fully pursue what you cannot fully see. How many people do you know, maybe yourself, are driving towards a place they couldn't describe if you stopped them right now? They feel the calling, they've got the faith, they've been doing the work, but when you say, what does it actually look like? They freeze. And here's what I've come to believe after years of thinking about this. The problem isn't that their vision is wrong. The problem is that their vision isn't where they can physically see it, and it isn't visually engaging enough to work its magic on them in the background. The vision is in their heart, it's in their prayers, it's in their journal, but it's not on their wall. It's not on their screen. It's not in front of their eyes throughout the day doing its quiet work on them without them having to do a thing. Not a gap of effort, not a gap of faith, a gap of visibility. And that's the gap this challenge was built to close. Here's what I see happening to people who are serious about their calling. They read, they journal, they pray, they attend conferences, they listen to podcasts, highlight the books. They do everything right. And still, there's this gap between the person that they are aspiring to become and the way that they live their lives day to day. And the gap doesn't close. Not because you're not trying, it's because the vision isn't big enough, bold enough, powerful enough, and most importantly, it's not where you can see it on a consistent basis. And a vision that you can't see just lives here. It doesn't live out here in the real world. I spent years in that gap, moving but not directed, busy but not building, never quite being able to point to my life and say, this is what I'm building. This is what it is that I'm trying to do. And what I've learned from my own journey and from watching others is this. The people who close that gap aren't the ones who pray harder or work more hours or read more books. They're the ones who found a way to see what they're building, specifically, concretely, and in a form that they can return to every single day. My name is Lee Eric Smith. I am a journalist by training, a builder by calling, and a follower of Christ by conviction. And I'm the founder of Regenesis, a regenerative systems platform I'm building in my hometown of Holly Springs, Mississippi. We work in sustainable housing, renewable energy, agriculture, and human development. In fact, my career ranges across the full spectrum of communications, from doing radio, some television. I've delivered speeches and seminars across half the US and in Canada. And I can tell you that I've been in the room where vision matters, where the difference between seeing your vision clearly and having a vague sense of it is the difference between building something real and spinning your wheels. About 2 years ago, I started building something I believe is one of the most powerful vision tools I've ever encountered. And I didn't set out to build a product. I set out to solve my own problem. I wanted to see my life, my actual calling, my specific future as a single image I could hold on to. Something built from my life, my real photos, my real vision. Not someone else's stock photography of success, not magazine clippings. I wanted mine. And what I built, I now call Vision Board on steroids. And what it produces when you complete the journey is a photo mosaic of your ideal future. One image built from 100 photos that represent your calling across every area of your life. I want you to experience it rather than have me describe it because words just don't do it justice. Here's the one thing I need you to believe, because if you believe this, everything else will make sense. There's science that indicates that our brain, neurologically, the same synapses that fire when we see something in our exterior world and when we hold on to a memory of it are the same. That's a very scientific way of saying your brain neurologically doesn't know the difference between what it sees and what it remembers. Now, why am I telling you this? Because the more you're able to see your vision, the more real it will become. And the more real it becomes in your mind, the more real it'll become in your life. The more you're able to see your vision, the more real it will become in your mind. The more real it becomes in your mind, the more you will see your vision manifest in your experience. Or, as I like to say in more simple terms, the more you see it, the more real it becomes. And the more real it becomes, the more you'll see it, the more you'll experience it. And that's it. That's the whole thing. Vision that lives only in your heart is faith. And faith is essential, but faith without a picture is incomplete. In the book of Habakkuk, 2nd chapter, 2nd verse, it says, write the vision and make it plain. Not feel the vision, not pray the vision, write it and make it plain. Writing the vision means capturing it in images, making it visual. In our world, 2026, writing the vision means capturing it in images, making it visual, making it specific enough that you can look at it every day and say, that's where I'm going. And there's a reason why I say this isn't just motivational thing. Researchers at the Technical University of Munich found that the single defining feature separating a vision from a goal is that a vision has a picture. Not a statement, a picture. And when that picture reflects who you really are, your real values, your real calling, you don't just feel more inspired. You commit more. You make measurably more progress, repeatedly, across study after study. That's not self-help. That's how your brain actually works. So in this framework I've built, that I'm building my life around now, the vision is like the sun. It provides not just light, but energy and power for the process of growing everything that is going to come after. All of the things that I want to have pop up in my life, the vision is going to provide the power for that to happen. It's the energy source that powers everything. It powers your discipline, your resilience, your ability to get up on the hard days and keep moving. All of it runs on vision. And when your vision is vague and cloudy, then that energy is low. And when your vision is clear, specific, and visible every single day, that energy is high. And you can feel the difference. That's why I printed my vision board out, and when you get yours, I want you to do the same. I want you to put it somewhere where you'll see it every day, not so you can stare at it, although it will capture your attention, not to meditate on it for an hour every morning, but just to see it, even in passing, even out of the corner of your eye as you're on your way to the kitchen. Your mind is taking in this vision whether you're aware of it or not. The vision itself is doing the work. And once you have that image, once your calling is visible and specific and yours, the gap closes. Not because you suddenly have more resources or more time or more talent, but because you finally know exactly where you're going. And people who know exactly where they're going get there. So here is what I am inviting you to do. I'm launching a 21-day VisionQuest challenge, and I want you to join me. Here's how it works. Every day for 21 days, I'm going to send you one challenge, not a lesson, not a lecture, a challenge, something specific that pushes you one step deeper into your vision. Some days the challenge will be an upload prompt. Find one thing that represents where you want to live or who you want to become. At roughly 5 images a day, you'll build 100 images across 21 days. And that's the full journey. But other days, the challenge is different. Something like today's challenge, up your embodiment score. Pick 2 images on your board where you're not in the photo. Go get a selfie doing that thing. Go get yourself in the picture. Or today's challenge, prone 5 images. Remove photos that represent who you think you should be rather than who you're actually called to be. Now, whether you upload all 100 images in the first 3 days or spread them across all 21, there's still something coming at you every day to push you into actually living your vision, not just building a board. Inside the platform, you'll have access for 30 days. That includes the live mosaic preview. From your very first upload, you can watch your mosaic begin to take shape. With 3 images, it'll be blurry, abstract, more suggestion than picture. But by day 10, it starts to show structure. By day 21, when you generate your final mosaic, you will see your calling as a single image for the first time. I watch people cry when they see this for the first time. Not because it's beautiful, it is, but because for the first time, they can actually see what they've been carrying in their heart for so long. Now, ideally, for your vision board, most of the images you upload will be pictures that you take from your phone or from the past. But we also have included an AI image generating tool so you can let your imagination run wild, as well as a stock image search tool that can help fill in some of the blanks of places you haven't been yet, things that you haven't done yet. There's also an embodiment score system, which will measure not just what you're envisioning, but how much of your vision you're already living. Here's one more thing worth sitting with. We've all heard it said that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, when you complete your photo mosaic, 100 images, each one specifically curated in the direction of your calling, that's going to be 100,000 words of your vision speaking to you every time you look at it, whether you stand and stare at it or you just catch it out of the corner of your eye on your way to the kitchen. Every single day without you having to say a thing. Now, before I tell you what this costs, I want to show you exactly what you're getting. Because when you add it all up, and I've been very intentional about this, what I built for you inside this $97 investment is worth many, many times that. Let me break it down for you. First, the 21-day VisionQuest challenge itself. 21 days of coaching. 1 challenge a day, hand-delivered to your inbox. Not generic motivation, specific prompts designed to push you deeper into your calling. Some days you'll upload a photo in 5 minutes. Other days you'll sit with a category for an hour because something surfaces that you've been avoiding. Both of those are exactly right. The challenge is the structure. The value of that, if you were paying for a similar coaching engagement, would be $497. Secondly, you get full access to the Vision Board on Steroids platform for 30 days. Now, that's access to the live mosaic preview, where from your very first upload, you can begin to watch your mosaic begin to take shape. It's also the AI image generation tool for when your imagination runs just a little bit ahead of your camera roll. And that's the stock image search to fill in the blanks of the places you haven't been yet, the things you haven't done yet. Building this platform took me 2 years, but 30 days of access to it inside this package is $297. Third, and this is the one I want you to feel, not just hear, when you complete the challenge, you will receive your completed photo mosaic. 100 images, every single one chosen by you. representing your calling across every area of your life. You'll generate it, you'll see it, and then you can print it, hang it on your wall. Let it do its work on you in the background every single day the way mine does for me. There is no other product in the world that does this. $497. Fourth is the embodiment score system. Now, this is something I built into the platform because I wanted a way to measure not just what you're envisioning, but how much of your vision you're already living, how much progress you're making. The score tracks your progress across the 21 days and gives you a real, visible number that tells you whether you're becoming the person your vision requires you to become. $197. Fifth, and this is a founding member exclusive you're not going to see in future cohorts. We are inviting the first group of VisionQuest members into our ambassador program. Here's how it works. Throughout the challenge, there are 4 moments where you'll be invited to share your journey publicly. Each share earns you social score points. Now, your final score determines your ambassador level, sharer, advocate, or ambassador, and your commission rate. 15% at the bottom tier, 25% in the middle, 40% at the top. You document your own journey, you earn real commissions, and you become the marketer. The ambassador program is structured so that if you reach advocate, and most people who do all 4 share challenges will, the commissions alone will more than pay for your $97 before the challenge even ends. The value of this founding cohort affiliate access alone is $497. So let me add this up. The 21-day challenge, $497. The platform access, $297. Your completed mosaic, $497. The embodiment score system, $197. And the ambassador program, $497. That's a total value of $1,985. And your investment today, $97. Now, let me tell you why it's $97 and not free. I've thought about this carefully, and here's what I've come to believe. If your vision isn't worth a $97 investment, you need a bigger vision. And you're not going to realize it. The commitment is part of the process. The money is part of the seeing. Free challenges attract people who are curious. $97 challenges attract people who are serious. And let me say one more thing. If your vision includes financial abundance, and I believe it does, and you're hesitating at $97, I want you to sit with that for a second. That hesitation, that resistance to investing in your own vision, that's exactly the thing that's been keeping your vision at a distance. No deposit, no return. Now, at the end of 21 days, if you show up, do the work, complete your mosaic, and it doesn't change how you see your calling and your life, contact me personally. I will give you every dollar back. No questions asked, no hoops, because I know what this does when people actually do it. And I'm willing to bet $97 that you'll feel the same way. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to click the button below this video. You're going to invest $97 in your vision, and you're going to join the VisionQuest. You're going to upload your first photo today. We call it the big picture, probably in the next 20 minutes or so, because it's that simple to start. Just a selfie of yourself today. Then, over the next 21 days, you're going to receive one daily challenge. Some will take you about 5 minutes. Some may require you to sit with a category for an hour because it surfaces something that you've been avoiding. Both of those are exactly right. But by day 21, you're going to generate your mosaic, and you're going to see your life, your calling, as a single image. And at that point, one of two things is going to happen. Either the 21 days didn't change anything for you, and you contact me and I give you your money back. Keep the mosaic, no questions asked. Or, and this is what I believe will happen, you'll finish day 21 and realize you have more clarity about where you're going than you've had in years. The only way you don't come out ahead is if you don't start. And I want to say one more thing before I tell you how to join. I built this platform as a tool, but I've come to see it as something more than that. Every time someone completes their VisionQuest and sees their mosaic for the first time, what they're really seeing is an answer to the question that Habakkuk poses to every one of us. What is the vision? Make it plain. This is your chance to answer that question. Not in a journal that stays in a drawer, not in a prayer that dissolves into the morning, not in a conversation that fades, but in an image that's yours, specific to you, visible and built from your life. Proverbs says, without vision, the people perish. I believe that's not just a collective statement about nations and communities. It's a personal one about each of us. When you can't see where you're going, you don't go anywhere. Or you go everywhere at once, which amounts to about the same thing. And here's what I've learned about how vision actually works. The more you see it, really see it, visually, specifically, every day, the more real it becomes in your mind. And the more real it becomes in your mind, the more you start to see it in your actual experience. That's not a motivational saying. The vision is already in you. Now, let's make it plain. So here's what to do right now. Click the button below this video. Invest $97 in your vision. You'll get instant access to the VisionQuest platform, and your first daily challenge will be waiting for you. One image, that's all you need to start. And 21 days from now, you're going to have a picture of your calling that you can hold in your hands, hang on your wall, build your life around. The vision is already in you. Let's make it plain. I'll see you inside the challenge.